Welcome back to a Gaming with Spoons update video. It has been a little bit since I last put out my review, and there's a good reason why there hasn't been another review. How come I haven't even playing a game? To be completely honest, I had some ideas, some things that I wanted to do, but unfortunately some things happened in life that kind of pushed that back a little bit. We'll talk about that here in a moment, but I do want to mention, if you would like to come over and hang out with me on Twitch, twitch.tv/gamingwithspoons, I'll leave a link down below in the description box. We will be streaming most of this next week, the Caligula Effect, since that was the game I wanted to play during my week off in July. So starting after tomorrow, Saturday, we will be streaming that, and I'll let you guys know what's going on with that entire schedule over there. But if you guys want to come hang out, do so. It's boring just streaming to nobody, and honestly, I enjoy talking to you guys in the comment sections. I think it would be awesome to get a chance to get some more discussions going over there to Twitch, so I'll leave that again down below in the description box, twitch.tv/gamingwithspoons. Looking forward to seeing you guys over there. Where have I been? So, Legaia 2 Duel Saga, it took a lot out of me. Particularly towards the end of the game, the final boss was driving me absolutely batshit crazy. And beating that guy and taking him down, I think after 10 times of finally trying, getting so close and having to go back and just redo everything, learn some abilities, I was ready to put the game up, shelve it, and move on to something else. And that was the plan. I was actually going to play some Ys 4 Mask of the Sun. That has been put on halt. And then I was going to kick off streaming with the Caligula Effect Overdose in July and start getting that rolling. But earlier this year, I had lost one of the dogs I have had since I think I was 14 years old. He passed away back in February, or we had to put him down. And he was an older dog, 17, Pomeranian, kind of lived a good life, you know. It didn't make it any easier, but we were expecting it. And we had a female who, for the most part, seemed to be pretty healthy. And she also passed away. We're going on about 3 weeks now, and that really hit me hard because of the way she had passed away. Needless to say, that entire night was nothing but watching a dog seizure over and over and over, and eventually just watching her tongue turn blue, her eyes turn pale white, her losing a lot of color just in her eyes in general. And, spare you guys the details, damn, just, I'm sorry, but it hit me hard, and, really kind of screwed with me, so, there's that. I love my animals, and, still got my own little, Jack Russell Shih Tzu mix that my wife and I have, but I mean, these were dogs that were at my parents' house. They were part of the family, right? Anyways, you guys don't want to hear me ramble on about that, but that is one of the main reasons that I kind of hit this depressive slump and why videos have stagnated for as long as they have. I've got some things coming to the channel, though. I am going to continue to kick off at least one top 10 a month, tier list a month. I have a couple of ideas lined up for some tier lists, for some top 10s. If there's a particular top 10 you guys want to see, leave that down below in the comment section. Keep in mind, though, that it is going to be JRPG, RPG related, since that is what we do on this channel. Now, let's talk a little bit about something coming to the channel in October I actually want to bring up. Initially, I was going to finish out the Silent Hill games, but I want to cover something a little bit more niche, and it was a series, thanks to Avalanche Reviews, actually, that popped back up into my radar, and maybe go, you know what, these are games I've always wanted to play, so let's give them a shot, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to be taking a look at Galarians. Galarians and Galarians Ash, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. this year for our Halloween special. We will be streaming those over on Twitch as well. Look forward to seeing you guys over there during that time, as well as we go through our survival horror streams for Halloween. That being said, let's talk about why I won't be streaming Friday or Saturday. That is because a good friend of mine and I are going to get together and play through the entirety of the Resident Evil franchise, starting with 1, making our way up to Village. And this isn't something we're just going to be able to do in the 2 allotted days that we have set aside to do that, but it is going to be something clearly we are going to do probably through the course of next year, whenever we can kind of get our schedules aligned to do this. My question is, if I can get him to join in on the reviews, would this be something you guys would be interested in? It would typically fall out of my survival horror genre cover, and we'd still do something special for Halloween, where it's just me reviewing a game for you guys, but I thought it'd be a fun thing to get him involved in something, since he's also my survival horror aficionado. And I also want to, if he's down, get him into talking about what makes a good survival horror game for the podcast. And that actually brings us into our next bit of information that I want to talk about. So for the longest time, I've had my podcast as Bards of the Round Table, and I've played with that name over and over, and honestly, I just kind of want to rebrand the podcast and do something rather differently. There's going to be a lot that is going to remain the same. I'm thinking I will end up streaming the entirety of the podcast over on Twitch for those who are interested, but there's 2 things I want to bring to the table, or bring to the podcast, right? And one of these is in development. I'm not going to say too much about that until I know for sure what's going on, collaborating with a couple of other people on a potential idea for that. So once that comes along, I will be more than happy to divulge some more information on that. But one of the particular things I want to do with the podcast, just get a few topics and kind of talk about them, much like we had. The new podcast name is 2 Dungeons Deep. I think it's kind of fitting for being an RPG kind of setting type podcast, talking about RPGs, things like that. Kind of analyzing things, and I have some ideas for some YouTubers that I would really like to bring on. We're not going to strictly just keep this Japanese RPG related. That's definitely going to come up. But I want to talk about such topics as what it was like gaming in the 90s, before the internet had really taken off, and we didn't have access to sites like YouTube, or even GameFAQs back in the day was something that, wasn't something we had. These are all kind of topics I want to explore. And again, like the top 10s, if there is a specific topic that you are looking forward to seeing, let me know down below in the comments section. Down below, you guys can let me know what topics you would like to see brought to the podcast. There are some YouTubers I am looking forward to potentially getting on with podcasts, and I will announce those accordingly on Twitter. So if you're not following me over on Twitter, you really should be, because that's going to be the best to get any sort of information and updates as to what's going on when we go live on Twitch. I'm going to try to get a schedule going over there when I get back to work, but just kind of my work schedule is a little sporadic. I'll get off early some nights, so there might be some nights where I get a chance to come down here and stream some games later at night than initially planned. That's going to be the place to go to see what's going on there. Look forward to seeing you guys over there. I have a Facebook page I don't really do too much with, but if you guys follow it over there and want to keep that active and live, more than happy to get that going. And I have mentioned once I hit 1,000 subscribers that I would do a Discord server. This is actually something I've toyed about with doing earlier, so if that's potentially something you guys would like to see, if there's enough demand for it, let me know down below again in the comment section. If you guys would be interested in getting a Discord server going, look forward to seeing what you guys have got. As for finishing out the year, Galarians and Galarian's Ash are two things you have to look forward to. I would like to review the Caligula Effect 2 when that comes out this year. So we'll see what happens with that when it gets closer to the release date as to whether or not that will be a game that I will be able to get my hands on. But reviewing the Overdose Caligula, the Caligula Effect Overdose in preparation. Great time to do so. And that's about all I really have to say regarding what's going on. That out of the way, guys. Thank you so much for everything. All the nice comments, all the likes, all the clicks, all the hours watched. The channel is doing extremely well, and honestly, I am so glad every day to see this channel just grow and grow as much as it does. Get people in here every day leaving comments on my videos, excited to hear what I have to say. And overall, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being able to share my passion of Japanese RPGs with you guys and hear what you have to say. Look forward to being able to do this for a long time to come. That being said, if you guys want to help out the channel, I will leave links down below to ways you can support the channel. That is entirely up to you. There is no pressure whatsoever to do so. Patreon, PayPal links will be down below in the description box. Again, all of that money going to those will be used to go towards a PC, so I am able to continue to bring you content just like this and get a PC that will allow me to be able to expand more and do a lot more things, make editing a lot easier, rendering a lot easier, and just overall add a lot of quality things that I want to be able to do. Again, completely optional, but it is there for those who do want to help out. Patreons and people who do on PayPal, I will add a link, or not a link, but your name, your username to the end scenes during the, so like a credit roll for those interested. That being said, guys, thanks again for watching. Look forward to finishing out this year and making it strong. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers at the end of this year, and maybe it's definitely possible. I'm going to continue to hit hard, do what I need to do, get things rolling, and just thanks again for always being here, listening to what I have to say, and, you know, just making it fun to do this. It's always fun to come out here and talk about my thoughts about the video games that I enjoy. That being said, most importantly, stay happy, be happy, game happy. Spoons is checking out.